My favorite monster is a normal monster, and it needs no introduction. This isn't it. Get the salmon out of here. Red Eyes Black Dragon. A ferocious dragon with a deadly attack. This doesn't mean anything. As a normal monster, it doesn't do anything by itself. So if you're going to make a set of cards, they're going to support specifically normal monsters. You're going to have to go through the effort to make them good. And oh, did they do it. And oh, did they overdo it. But that, oh, you lot. Well, you three, being Gemini monsters, are not normal monsters the same way that Red Eyes is. So you don't really count towards the... Oh, come on. Oh, okay, come on in. It's fine, really. You're considered normal monsters enough. You just gotta not just show them my hand all the time. Which, since the deck is here, I'm going to say that there is no Metal Morph in this deck. I just want to use the Primite by itself. There. That opens up for more silly stuff to be used. Which means it's Black to Skull season. What'd I say about showing up in the hand? Alright. A hand that works. I never thought I'd see one of these again. Been so long. I have to add Roar to my hand. This would be nice. What? Oh, what? That's how that works? I cannot believe what I just saw. That thing can summon any... I thought it just had to summon itself. Okay, sure. Sure, we'll both be playing Primite right now. It's fine. Anything they set won't be too bad. Stop copying me. If you're also playing Red Eyes, playing in the same column as yours. D-C. Biggest problem here is if they summon a normal monster, I will lose everything. All right. Give it a shot. And that was a normal summon, so if it wasn't a normal summon, Soul could have gone off. Let's detach Red Eyes, bring back Red Eyes. You're right over there. What is it? That does not negate. Red Eyes Black Dragon. Now, I can summon another Red Eyes. Sure. Just to get it out here. Then we can make another. Not sure I just kept the normal. Oh. My audio just cut out? Oh. Whatever, I set this. And end my turn. Yeah, so one of the two materials. Let's see if they have a drill beam. They got it. It's fine. That is okay. I couldn't do my little trick I was considering, so it looks like the decision was just made for me. So I need to tribute this thing in order to use this. Now, you'd think they'd set them to drill beam first. Pure Primite right now. Paying 2,000 life points. A hefty price. White Dustin. So you got light and wind in the grave. I activate Red Eye Soul. Which, since they have a dragon, allows me to summon this thing. And while I have this thing, what are you thinking about? They're tributing it? What is this? Are you serious? What happened to normal monsters in Primite? I summoned this because it has more attack than their Imperial Dragon, so I'd be able to banish it if it tried to normal summon itself. And now this is just Fiendsmith. Okay, you still have a normal summon. Yeah, I gotta steal Fiendsmith. I cannot allow you to make a mockery of this game anymore. I'm taking your Fiendsmith. Here's 500. Lordly Lode. They can add another roar to their hand. Yeah, they really feel like doing that. It is not once per turn. That is a once per turn. They've already used it. They are Declaring Luster Dragon. Luster from the grave. Another 500 for you. It goes on with something during my turn. Oh, that thing gains a ton of attack. So no, we are not stronger than it. Yeah. Wait, are we? What's going on? Banish one monster from the field with less attack than that monster. Wait. If your opponent normal summons a monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one normal monster you control, or in your graveyard. Banish one monster from the field. You're trying to make me banish my own Flare Metal Dragon. That's what you're trying to do. There's no point. What? Who's Dark? Or Fiend? Who's a Fiend? Oh, you are Fiend. That's where you're able to do the start the Fiendsmith garbage. And now they got two drill beams. And that thing's a special summon itself. Hold on, is that? That's 5,000. 5,000 damage. Okay. Not what I was looking for. Do I know if they can even use the drill beam? I don't think I know if there's anything in their hand. I know they have drill beam in their hand, but drill beam doesn't activate when drill beam's around. Well, I'm going to attempt to destroy everything. Let's see if they drill beam it. They can activate something. They do have a card. Barrel. Wait, did I add that to their hand or? No, that was last turn. That's just another copy. They didn't even banish. Okay, they didn't negate that. Well, now I know you have a barrel and a drill beam in your hand. And there are no cards that can save you from this. Apparently I don't have... Okay. Comet Dragon. How did my summon skull? Battle, attack, go. All right. They're more afraid of Lordly Load. I'm not sure why. And 2 cards. And end it. The only thing was Comet. Well, I got Red Eye's Drill Beam. It's not worth stopping. Smashing around. Start shooting lightning out here. No, it's still not going to do anything about it. Still not doing anything here. It's perfectly safe. No. It's safe. It's... Okay. Dark ruler right now. How we summon Black Meteor? Got Black Meteor and Return of the Red Eyes. I really don't want you to have that. Yep, show the Red Eyes. That might be difficult for me to take care of. And I don't want Egyptian God slime. It doesn't really matter. Red Eyes, Black Dragon. And the two of you together. For the flare metal. My sounds just disappeared. Let's summon. We still have the normal summon. So we're going to do that. Let's see what this face down is. Oh, it's a Gradle. You're going to burn me, but you're going to take more damage than I do. So we'll end turn. You're trying not to do much while Flare is able to burn. You can bring back Red Eyes. Take a bit of damage, but it's fine. So I got a bit of a plan for you. No, I'm not even going to use this Dark Ruler. Just use Black Flare. Gets us the Red Ice Fusion. My own Flare is going to just continue hurting me. We're going to fuse. Fuse into my Black Skull Dragon. Next up, battle. No effects can be activated. Which means my Archfiend is fine. To, yeah, show back Red Eyes. Although my Black Meteor is currently a hostage. Is there any other... If there's any other plans other than just stealing my cards, but... So that's the plan right there. What were you banished for? What happened to you? Man, I have to take another round of burn, but I can save Red Eyes. Flare, I think you've had enough fun. Enough fun on the other side. Come back. Just end your turn. No Gradles. Oh, what? Well, there's nothing I can have that will stop this. But it's an open field now. Chaos Allure Queen. I can actually use you. Because I can equip Red Eyes Black Dragon. And since you're a Red Eyes monster, I can now summon my Red Eyes Black Dragon from the grave. Little bit of a... little bit of a stutter, but here's Inferno Fire Blast. Good for you, Archfiend of Lightning. Though you only got one attack off. Yes. Yes, you do. Thinking it's probably Ash Blossom. Yes, it is. It is absolutely that. And what I have here is just a single Black Meteor Dragon. Let's equip that. Uses Dragon Shrine. Let's toss my Gemini monsters into the grave. That's my turn. It's unfortunate. They just have a 5-card hand. Man, any deck that uses Bonfire would be great to have a Flare Metal against. But I always gotta miss out. So it's all up to Black Meteor to hold off the entirety of Snake Eyes. I can do this. I can just choose anything. Anything will do. Still search, though. As far as I'm aware, they don't even need Snake Eye Ash anymore. Yep, battle phase. Get Black Meteor into my spell trap zone. Now is that fair? Why do I lose life points and you gain them? Tell me how that's fair. Go with Insight. 2,000 damage. Because I already paid 2,000 before. Red eyes, okay. If this fusion doesn't work, we're not getting to the next turn. Stop it. Why? At least you're not going to be controlling that as a Mina monster for long. Archfiend, Black Skull, Dragon. Still stronger than you. What? This thing? Oh, you're not stronger than that thing, are you? Who is even... You are throwing your attack. Well, luckily I don't have to attack that thing. This card's gonna this card's gonna win them the game. Can I have the priority back? It is my battle phase. Can we? May I? No effects. And destroy. I'm going to put this red eyes back. And get you below 10,000 life points. Do it. Come on. Monster is sent to the graveyard while they control an Azamina monster. So Black Skull, you better stay right there. As if this might count as a monster as it leaves, so... Maybe they even just have to destroy this Black Meteor. Let's see what you got. If this thing's the best you have, then... It's not going to be the best they have. Unless they somehow run out of stuff already. I mean, they have to think about it. Usually. That's good. Anything about leaving? Okay. Okay. No. There's potential here. See, I can use a Lordly Lode. And if they have an Ash Blossom, they're going to use it. Which they don't have. This means I'm free to fuse. Rise Fusion. Give me Comet. Comet fusing together Black Flare with Black Meteor. And then I'll be able to get the Archfiend of Lightning into the grave with the effect. Which can then be necrofused at my will. They could have negated this. Chose not to. Set my turn with that. Okay. Let's see what happens. So I do the follow-up Red Eyes Fusion anyway. Who's that? It's Ghost Reaper. Fusion summoned by a spell card or effect. You can draw cards equal to the number of cards used as material from the hand. If you do, destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of cards used as material from the field. Okay. That was 2 from the hand? I see. Two destructions. See if they miss my Necrofusion. Because it doesn't target, as we can clearly see. So, it's up to their volition. Is it worth leaving the comment? Leaving the Lordly Lode? Leaving whatever this is to destroy this? Oh, darn it. I missed. Ah, no. That's not good at all. Oh, that's really bad. Because I'm holding down right click to just turn it off. So I freaking missed the opportunity. Or I stopped the opportunity. Now we have one less monster they should add. Red Eye's Black Dragon, which will take no damage from battles with it. However, I didn't use Roar, so it can be strong in battle. Making Quartus. Oh, wait a minute. This thing is ineffective. Yeah. I'm actually gonna summon it. Try lower its attack. First of the dragons. And now I have Howl ready to go in the grave. But there was no change. Though I could have saved myself 600 damage if I just... But I just put this in defense. My field is completely unrecognizable. What is this? Masquerade? What do you do? What are you going to do? What is this? Per card, pay 500 life points per card to normal summon, special summon, set, or activate from their hand. Now attack Red Eyes. No damage. Some damage. Some damage. But overall, I'm fine. Imperial? So I had to pay 600, I had to pay 500, I had to pay a lot of stuff in order to do anything. I'm going battle phase. Let's attack it. Well, it's unaffected by the monster effect. I guess I had to do that anyway. Now we just hope, we hope that this first of the dragons will not be destroyed by just any card effect. So you gotta pay for your own cards. Anything that tries to OTK. Anything that tries to OTK me. I got this to try to stop it. SP Little Knight? You can't negate it. Unaffected. It's not untargetable, it's not indestructible, it's unaffected. You can still get damage though, that's something you can definitely do. Alright, my draw is a lowly load. $500 and $600 I'm gonna pay. Can I even... No, I could definitely use fusion summon this. Alright, Red Eyes Fusion. Lots of damage. Who's being banished? Okay, you are only gonna banish yourself. Alright. That's weight off my mind, I suppose. There's no way to banish my Black Skull. Although, by the time its effect goes off, it's too late. Oh. Well. It's still here to do stuff. So let's battle. We need you to take out that Masquerade, who can summon itself back. Controls a Ritual Fusion. You keep... Well, I mean, you can't negate this thing either. Who's more valuable? Hey, why'd you summon this thing at attack position? I'm still attacking this thing. Fusion summon card. You're negated. No. I know it's negated. I can't do anything with it. Let's use a load. And we'll just... add a Drill Beam to hand. And I'll pay another $500 to set it. Should I take control of Quertus, I mean? Take control of Quertus. Take control of Quertus. It's a quick effect. It is a quick effect. Of course it is. Discard one card and take a Despia monster fighter in hand or special summon it. Well, you can only add to your hand. Well, let's see what you add. You are adding ad libitum. Okay, who's leaving? Black Skull is leaving. All right. End main phase. Let's see. If I want to activate cards, it's gonna... Okay, I can drill beam this thing. Now keep me from losing the most life points possible. Okay, still going after that. And I'm not gonna take as much damage by 300. It's a fiend. I do have a fiend in the grave. Nothing gets destroyed because it can't come back to the field. I didn't even think about that. Okay, apparently SP's here to help. So you can summon Dark Orbs? Yes, I can. Now you have to be fusion summoned to do the burn damage. Let's battle. Go for damage. Yeah. Wait, does this count as fusion summoned? Well, that's the end then. Huh. I was expecting not to win. It was banished. It was banished by Little Knight's effect. But then it wasn't special summoned from the banished zone. So therefore, it was still considered fusion summoned. That must be it. I didn't know it worked that way. I thought if anything left the field for any reason, that it was no longer considered properly summoned. Or, well, it was considered properly summoned, but not summoned through the traditional way, which would be fusion. Not complaining. Went through a lot for that one. Look at this wallpaper description. A new force is born from the resonance of its roar, with the surrounding Primite. That is telling about what Primite is and why it functions this way in the game. Because if it's based on the roar of the Imperial Dragon, then that's why you have to declare the normal monster name. And why they're all named after different vocalizations. It's because you have to also use your voice to get the Primite to do what you want. And Primite, when it was first revealed, the translation was primordial. Which, if you know primordial, that is the origin point of something. So what's happening here is the Imperial Dragon is making some kind of sound, a roar or a howl, and then the Primite responds by morphing itself into the normal monster that is declared. So really, when you summon a normal monster using the Primite cards, it's a copy of that normal monster made out of Primite. That's what I'm getting from this. Even if made out of rocks, I will always take more red eyes. And here's all those rocks right here. Starting off with the Lordly Lode, which is usually the starting point, because when it's activated, add one Primite card from deck to hand. Do it. This isn't optional. If you don't have a Primite card in the deck, you can't activate this. And if you've already activated one, you also can't activate it. And any loads you have in the hand under those circumstances, you just gotta hold on to them. I mean, you can set them, but they're just gonna sit there, taking up space. Which then declare a normal monster name, and you can summon it. And then no activating special summon monsters effects. You cannot normal or special summon other monsters to turn you activate this card. If Lordly Lode had said you cannot activate this effect the turn that you activate a special summon monster's effect, then it would keep you from using it if you had used one beforehand. But because it's an also, you cannot. This is just an addition to the effect. It doesn't take into account what happened before. So that's why this works out. And then an attack boost, which, since it does not specify any names, Gemini monsters do count towards the total. So in this deck, there are 5 normal monsters effectively in the grave. So that's a 1500 attack boost, if I get them all in there. Add Primite Roar, and then this thing's second effect. That's 2 red eyes. That is a Flare Metal Dragon off of this card alone. 1 card Flare Metal Dragon. Obviously, that's not the best way to do it, since you have no special summon monster effects, but man, it's a good deal. And usually I'm adding the other way to summon on your turn, the Primite Roar. Now you'll notice that in Master Duel, when you activate this effect, you have to type in the name. But with Lode, you can select from a list. That's because Lode says you have to special summon the monster that you declared. Roar does not need there to be an eligible monster for its summon effect, because this is a can. If you control no monsters, then you can summon it. So you're just making the normal monster indestructible by battle. So it doesn't need to be in your deck. You can say anything. You can declare the salmon, sure. And it summons in defense position. Same as Lode. And it has a second effect. I don't really like this second effect. What decks need their normal summon? Weaker decks, right? Because usually a stronger deck, they summon their normal summon. It adds some kind of thing that special summons, and then that thing's pretty much done with its work. So this is just punishing weaker decks. And if I summon a Blackstone Legend and it gets banished, I'm going to be sad. So not a big fan of this. It does counter normal summon Albaz, though. Because Red Eyes is 2400, and this banishes anything below that. Which Red Eyes actually has a really good attack stat for this and the trap card. Because it's just a bit higher than the things that are normal summoned, but a bit lower than the monsters you may want to steal. That's it for Roar. This next would be Howl. So Howl also has that same declare a normal monster, take no battle damage from attacks involving it, which also involves Primite monsters. Which this is for the rest of the turn. Roar was till the next end phase of your opponent. And then this one has the steal effect, where you target a normal monster of yours, and you can take any monster that has a higher attack than a normal monster you targeted. Which also, I'm trying to remember. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the normal summon. You don't have to banish the normal summon. You can banish anything. Just a normal summon has to occur. Then that thing goes off. Then at any point during your opponent's turn, you can take something. Which, since Red Eyes is at a 2400, being a bit below average, yet still stronger than most normal summons, it's actually in a pretty good spot for being able to make use of these cards' second effects. Which is second effect, I think is a lot better. It is a pretty fair steal, because you're just taking control of your opponent's monster till the end phase. It's pretty much just to keep something huge from taking you out in one attack. You just take their highest attack monster, and there you go. They can't just slam into you. And it's non-targeting, but you do have to target your own normal monster. So if something happens to that normal monster, this can still miss. Primite Howl. Primite Howl allows me to target this normal monster in my grave. I can take any monster of yours. It's always going to end up like this, isn't it? Primite has a counter trap. So the opponent would normal or special summon a monster while you control one of these, negate the summon, banish it. And then this card, if you have a Primite monster, it's going to set itself. Now what this means is that any summon that is not from a card effect can be negated. So Red Eyes Fusion. I use this, I fuse into a comet. Can summon be negated? Not by this, no. If I have two Red Eyes, and I Xe summon a Flare Metal Dragon, can that be negated? Yes, because I would be special summoning. And of course any normal summon, So this, normal summon, negate, banish. So any Xyz, Link, Synchro can be countered by the Primite screen. I'm going to get a replay in right here, because this is a thing that people usually like to see. Now this is a different deck, hence why there's a Gearfried and a Full Metal later, but it's going to involve screen. And this is what I'm here to show. So I got that. It's going to be a level 6. Gearfried. Still going to get myself that Red Eyes, because I need it for Scream. And then Full Metal. It's going to be able to change that Black Meteor into something much more useful. And, yeah. Some Fluwanderees over there. So you got Full Metal Dragon. And no, you may not tribute my Cyborg Dragon for your birds. So normal summon, wait for it. Normal summon, wait for it. normal summon. Scream. Negate and banish. And yeah. Nice one. And now, these two. You don't really need me to tell you about these two. What I'm going to say is, when this came out in the first wave, it was really a, oh no, I drew a normal monster, but at the very least I can reveal it for Drill Beam. But then this thing showed up, which made it an infinite loop of recyclability. Of being able to get this thing set back onto the field, and for able to add itself to the hand. And then the more barrels you have in hand, the more they facilitate Drill Beam. So you have completely ruined the flow of Drill Beam by making it way too easy to use. And then you become a Blue Eyes Link monster on top of that. So I think I hate these two. I hate this pair. Because this has become so easy. You are going to have a barrel every main phase. Like, setting it with this was a bit more committal, and you're not going to be using 3 Imperial Dragons. But using 3 of these is just fine. So I do not like Barrel at all. You'll notice its absence from the deck. I have no interest in using it. Even Drill Beam itself, because it does not have a, the next time this card leaves the field, it gets banished. Like how Scream mercifully has. And it's also, you have to have a Primate monster during the standby phase for this one. And this one's the main phase, so. Last up is the Primite Imperial Dragon itself. Which, I thought its effect normal summoned itself during your opponent's main phase. But no. It's, you just reveal it, and then you can summon any Primite monster. Which I had learned during that first Primite Fiendsmith game, which just puts Fiendsmith in anything. But if you do summon this thing, which you get to tribute over a normal monster, it negates all of the monsters your opponent controls and then banishes any monsters that have the same type or attribute of a normal monster. Which I don't like about this effect is that it also banishes normal monsters. I feel like this should just banish the things that it negates. Even Drill Beam is unable to banish normal monsters. So you'd think Imperial Dragon would have a bit more respect for the normal monsters it likes so much. But this used to be the only Primate monster, and really it should have stayed that way. Yeah, the ruler. So it's a pretty decent effect. I mean, it negates the cards permanently. But it's very likely it's not going to be able to resolve. Any negate card your opponent has, they're just going to use it. But this could be pretty devastating, especially with Red Eyes. Since Red Eyes is a very common type and attribute, I mean, Dark Dragon. Any Darks, any Dragons, they're going to be banished. Though it also works in the opposite way. If a Imperial Dragon gets summoned against Red Eyes, it's likely they're going to have something that pairs up with Darkened Dragon too. And the last card I have in this lineup is Heatwave, which I expected my opponent to have in their Primite deck, but no, I have not seen anyone use this card. Which, I mean, people love locking other people out of the game, so I was expecting it. And why was this game? This card's violent. That T-Rex just got eviscerated. Anyway, no one can normal special summon effect monsters. And it's at the start of your main phase, so you're locking yourself out. But if you're using Primite, you really don't care about that because you're summoning your normal monsters. And then during your next draw phase, after your opponent is unable to summon anything, you start hitting them. But luckily, that never happened. And even if it did happen, I was ready for it. Because you can fusion summon a non-effect monster. Yeah, does not say effect. And since I'm using Summon Skull anyway. Because one of the best cards in this deck was Archfiend Black Skull Dragon. Black Skull Dragon was waiting for this moment. Ever since the Black Skull video, they've just been getting ready, and wow, did they perform. Closing out so many games. Which, yeah, I'm glad. Glad you had some more spotlight, Black Skull. Oh, and in addition to the deck here, Dragon Shrine, sending off the Geminis to keep boosting up lode. That's the idea with that. And then, if I've enough normal monsters in the grave, fusion summon them into a First of the Dragons, which was integral in that last Despia game. I, in no way, would have been able to survive the onslaught if it went for this thing. Cannot be destroyed by battle with an effect monster. And also unaffected. It's just for 2 normal monsters. And in Chaos, a Lore Queen, who only showed up once this entire time. Maybe I drew them twice, then the other time they weren't usable. Yeah, they discarded a dark monster, which this thing is standing in for Red Eye's alternative. Because it's a level 7, you can send one of the dark monsters to the grave, and then it can equip a monster to copy its name, which I used to copy Red Eyes, so it became a Red Eyes monster. But you can also copy Black Metal Dragon and equip it, so that when she leaves the field, it searches. It's a decent synergy right there. Let's see, to close out, what's the future for Primite? Well, we already know that. Because there is a Primite fusion and fusion monster on the way. Well, on the way being a very long time to Master Duel, but at least in the OCG, soon enough. And what it does, relevant to Red Eyes, it shuffles back Banish, Graveyard, Field to fusion summon a dragon monster so long as you use a normal monster. You have to use one to use the card. Which is the opposite of Red Eyes Fusion. Fusion sends from the deck, then the Primate one shuffles back into the deck. So they really work with each other. Because you can fusion summon Comet, and you can send your level 6 and your level 7. Then you can send your whatever Red Eyes monster. And then you can just shuffle those back for a fusion. Which, another First of the Dragons. Second of the Dragons. That's not what it's called. First of the Dragon Lords, which takes 3 normal monsters. And it's just an upgraded version of First of the Dragons. which I'm going to complain about it. It loses the except by battle of a normal monster and just becomes indestructible by battle, which it's at 3,700 attack. If you're able to get a normal monster to that attack, just let it destroy it. That's one of the key features of this thing. Which, I mean, isn't too hard to get a normal monster that high because of Piercing the Darkness. Because its other effect also destroys everything on the field. But I guess there's no use in complaining about cards that have not even come close to releasing within my grasp yet. Is that all I had to say? Oh, yeah, Primite in general in this deck, it does feel like there's something missing. And I would say that would be remedied by adding Metalmorph cards to this deck, which I do plan to do. I've already used it, obviously, so I'm going to show a replay of Primite and Full Metal against Flaunderies. So it works decently well. I've been calling it the ultimate Red Eyes deck. But I suppose I have to show if that's actually true. I gotta get my act together. This is embarrassing.